I think this NBL season is going to be one of the greatest ever.
This season is going to be better than last season, and it's true.
With the quality of players that are coming from overseas, both as imports and next stars.
This is a league that's respected around the world.
Everybody continues to bring their A game. The NBL continues to level up.
The season's going to be close. A lot of teams have got better over the off-season.
It is one of those times where you're like, oh, this could be a really tight race to the finish.
Having success last season breeds wanting more.
A successful season in my book is being the last team standing.
You walk into a game against Melbourne, I'll fight you. And yeah, it'll be fine after, but like I will.
Target's going to be on our back this year.
We definitely have what it takes to win a championship.
We want to win.
So Adelaide born and bred. Six is tragic from more or less my mid-teens when they were launched. Used to come to games with my dad, ex-point guard, pretty handy 20 kilos ago, but not so much these days, and take my enjoyment from owning this magnificent club. Were we off camera, I might say some words that really describe the frustration. We've actually funded the club quite plentifully for 6 years, which many of the fans probably don't know. But what's changed this year is we've recruited well.
The infamous cash splash at Adelaide. The city of churches, they finally have something to be proud of and excited for. Antonius Cleveland, Defensive Player of the Year, an excitement machine. Robert Franks, an incredible young talent, NBA written all over him. CJ Bruton in Adelaide somehow figured out how to get him in the blue and gray.
What's up, man? You all right? Feeling good? Yeah?
Trying to get it right.
Trying to get it right, that's it. That's what I want to hear.
Started with CJ calling me, telling me about how, huge this opportunity is for me and for Adelaide. And when a guy like Antonius Cleveland is calling me as well and saying, hey, let's go team up and do something special, I felt like it was kind of a no-brainer.
Yep, twice through, here we go. Row.
His role within this organization, I need his leadership, I need his firepower, but I need his ability to play both ends. And for someone that's that close to the NBA and that close to playing ultimately in the NBA or even in Europe and EuroLeague and being an All-Star 5.
It was pretty much done, to tell you the truth. It was a little injury that got into the way of something, but that just makes this opportunity and while I'm here just so much more special. I feel like it's God telling me, this is where I need to be on the path of my journey.
Jump shot. Up. One more time.
There's one more guy. And I believe, my opinion, Craig Randall II, scoring machine, one of the most dangerous scorers in NBA G League history.
I'm from Youngstown, Ohio. Everybody in my family played college basketball. The ball's been in my hands since I was born. It's like you come out of my family and you don't play basketball, you're probably gonna be looked at as like an outsider, honestly. I was always around it. My dad was a coach, so I was always in the gym. There wasn't a day I probably wasn't in the gym like when I was younger, so. Most people don't notice, but I struggle with mental health a lot. So just fighting adversity with stuff like that, that stuff's always hard, like going through depression, being alone, dealing with stuff like that. So just my fight that I've had, getting through all that and being able to get to where I'm at, it's still a constant fight every day, just trying to build through it. But I mean, I'm definitely proud of myself for that. Basketball is my first love and my favorite thing ever. That's the one thing I know I can always count on. I take all my anger, aggression, anything out, I just go in the gym and just be free.
He is a scorer. He has a scorer's mentality. You do need to put points on the board. I do need consistency in that space. I also need him to share the sugar. When you got Robert Franks and AC and Sunday Detch and Kai Soto, our list goes on, DJ Johnson. I go through my whole team right now. He's a major piece to this puzzle. He knows that. He's excited about this opportunity as I am excited about having him here too.
He's a scorer. He got the scorer mentality. That's why he's a two guard to start with.
Just whatever comes with it, I'm looking forward to it. They haven't really won in a couple of years, so that's my biggest thing. I'm just here to win, honestly.
Victory here, and the Adelaide 36ers are the 1998 Mitsubishi Challenge champions, sweeping the Southeast Melbourne Magic in consecutive games.
Adelaide's historically been one of the elite clubs. It's been a club that has won 4 championships. It hasn't won any of those for 20 years, by the way, so it's due.
Guarded by Jason Smith. Pulls up for the jumper. Adelaide have won the 1999 Mitsubishi Challenge Grand Final in its first summer season.
You know, we didn't get into this to be perennial also-rans, and I'm expecting, demanding, that 7th finish is improved upon by 4 or 5 places at a minimum.
I think we're in a good spot. Do I believe that we can win it? Yes. Do I think that this team is built to win? Yes. And I love where I'm at. I love this organisation. I love this city. And I'm happy to be here.
We're a town that needs it. Forgetting me personally, or my family, we're a town that needs this. Needs it and hungers for it.
From a team that's opening checkbooks to Melbourne United, who literally have to start from scratch.
Jump in on the front.
Over there?
Yep.
Over there?
It's in front of the mic.
I look all right?
No.
Nah. Oh, man. How's everybody doing?
There have been changes aplenty at Melbourne United. The 2021 NBL champions have nearly had to start from scratch for the 2023 season after losing Jack White and Matthew Dellavedova to the NBA.
Whilst 2023 MVP finalist Joe Lual-Achul departed for opportunities overseas. A trio of American imports line up as their replacements: guard Xavier Ratans-Mays, winger Rajon Tucker, and forward Jordan Caroline. United have also pounced on big man Isaac Humphries.
I think it's been really exciting from a roster point of view. I think when you look at all the teams have all lent in, and all rosters look super strong. There's a lot of NBA quality players in the league, which is just going to be great for the game. And but more excitedly for us at Melbourne United, we think we've got 3 fantastic imports ready to go.
Yep, first one's here. Run it back. Go. Spacing now. Yeah, I definitely think there's a little turf war a little bit. Everyone's trying to find their patch and find how they fit in and show what they can do for the team, and not going to back down. And we want to just change that environment to a little bit more of a learning environment. If you beat somebody, you help that guy the next time a little bit, how he can do it better. You got it! You got it! Good. It's a positive element to say, already all the guys that were brought in has got a serious competitive nature. Ariel and Isaac especially, they've kind of come together and said, hey, if we can pull our powers together against other teams and we can both be great, it's been a real positive. I love the way that those two are interacting and challenging each other in practice right now.
He's obviously an incredible talent basketball-wise, but I'm learning that he's a really interesting and unique guy as well, and I'm obviously a very unique guy as well. He doesn't have everything to go and play in the NBA right now, but I think he's got everything he needs. Just a solid year or 2 of just figuring some things out and getting some really good habits, and he'll be great over there eventually when he's ready and when it's time for him.
I'm playing basketball since I'm 11, 12. When I turned 15, when I signed my contract, when I turned pro at 15, 16, Mike Schmitz was there too, scouted me from the beginning since I'm in high school. So motivation's always there, you know what I mean? Trying to win the championship as well.
I think going back in the last season, we saw how much Ariel really progressed at Melbourne United, and we're excited about what RL's going to be able to bring, and having someone like Isaac Humphries to really help him, and they both play differently. If they can both stay healthy, I think it will go a long way towards us hopefully getting to where we want to be this year.
In major NBL news, heartbreak for Melbourne United next star Ariel Hukporti, who has ruptured his Achilles tendon in a pre-season game in Darwin. He will miss the entire season. The devastating injury blow has left United management scrambling for a replacement big man before the season starts next week.
This really has been a fairy tale for the Tassie JackJumpers to make the grand final in their first ever NBL season.
Yeah, fairy tale, I don't know. It'd be one thing if we got hot for, a week or two at the end of the season, but after our slow start, we were 15-5 the last 20 games of the season.
Fairy tale was called all season long. One that hit me personally was like talentless. That word kept being thrown out, which blew my mind because I thought a talent was winning.
You can call it whatever you want, but it's just the combination of a bunch of hard work and buy-in of a new group that produced these results.
We've turned the page. We have a new group of players in here. New circumstances. We haven't been knocked down and stepped on and people beating us up yet. So there's some reality check that has to go on here, but the work will never change for us. It's a new journey and new obstacles, and we'll see how it goes.
We have to move on. I mean, it's a really competitive league. We had a great year last year, but we didn't win. We didn't win the grand final, and that's the reality of it. So the players have reset, and they're setting themselves to win it this year. They've tasted a bit of success. And we've tasted success as a club, and I think that, we put that behind us and we start again.
We lost Josh Adams and Mikhail, two incredible players that brought a spark that almost can't be replaced, and that shouldn't be the new guys' role to replace. They got to do what they do well, what they bring every day, how they affect winning.
We've reloaded with two really, really good guys. And that's guys on the court, off the court. They're pros. They're fun to be around off the court. Milton and Richard have been lights out.
For me, it was more about the personalities. That's always what I look at first. I could really care less at the end of the day overall the skill set. I know they're good, but to me, it's really, are they going to be able to identify with being in here? Not everyone can come and play for Tasmania.
I gotta let Milton know.
My hunger and toughness comes from just my background, where I grew up playing outside and just playing against older guys who was 5 years older than me, who taught me how to be tough, who didn't give me no easy fouls, and then not always being the best skilled player on the court. So I had to figure out ways to make a name for myself with my hustle and my rebounding and my defense as well. So I'm grateful for the opportunity, and I'm ready for the challenge. People can expect for me to score. Hopefully I get some nice dunks this year, and getting everybody involved on the team. We got a great group of guys, just as people. Then talent-wise, also, I think we're a very talented team. I haven't been on a team that's talented other than NBA guys, so I'm excited for this year.
No, it wouldn't be the first time they doubted me, but I'm still shattering expectations. I gotta be one step ahead.
Last year wasn't a fluke. We're going to go out there and we're going to play jack jumper basketball. Tough, gritty, together, having fun and playing really hard.
The team here went to the finals last year, brought back all the guys besides 2 imports, and they still picked 10th in the league, preseason voting. So that shows the lack of respect from everybody else in the league. I'm a new guy, and I'm always feeling that there's no need to be satisfied on what they did accomplish last year.
We don't really worry about it, to be honest. We know what our group's capable of. We know every time they step on the court, they're going to give more than 100%, and that's all you can ask.
My sole focus is how this group is going to come together over the course of a season to the point where we've done everything we can to essentially prepare for a grand final series.
From a fairy tale story to Perth with one of the most disappointing seasons in the club's history, I cannot wait to see how they turn it around.
Last season for the Wildcats was turbulent dramatic, unforgettable. Let's move on.
Bryce Cotton for the win, and the unthinkable has happened.
Well, call me a sadist, but I actually loved seeing the Wildcats spiral out of the playoffs.
I love it. I love it. I enjoy every minute of it. I'm sorry, but I enjoy every minute of it.
One of the world's longest professional league sporting streaks is over.
They've been at the pinnacle and the benchmark of the NBL, and you tip your hat to them. And then they come in, new owners, and a whole lot of turmoil and everything else. So you sit back in the East and you go, yeah, okay, this is kind of good.
It was heartbreaking. I think we always had the opportunity to make playoffs. We just had to win basketball games, and I think we just figured it out probably just a little too late, that the desperation, the sense of urgency that we had to play for and that you have to play for in this league to get the job done.
You just want to make sure that you carry that feeling that you had when the season ended. You want to remember how you felt going into this season, so you kind of keep a chip on your shoulders.
So through all the change, all the chaos, the biggest positive so far has been the signing of their new coach, John Rillie.
You know, I've been toiling away, I guess you could say, preparing for this day. I interviewed for the job last year. Over the last couple of years, I've just started to try and become a head coach, doing some interviews and so forth. Probably this time last year, I was hoping. This time, you know, I was embracing and pursuing it.
You're on defense! He's been absolutely phenomenal. I think it's telling of my age that my first year in the league was his last, so it's a bit awkward.
Yeah, I think he's a true player's coach. Considering he was, you know, a guy that played in this league also, I think that helps a lot, his knowledge of the game, understanding how the league works. And he was also a hell of a player.
The Perth Wildcats have announced that Bryce is back. The three-time league MVP, Bryce Cotton, signs a new 3-year deal, which will see him play with the Perth Wildcats till 2025.
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing for us with the 3-year extension is just knowing, you know, we have more security of knowing where we're going to play or where we're going to live.
We know who Bryce Cotton is, so how can we put the best version of Bryce Cotton on the floor with surrounding him with the right pieces? So Corey Webster being an example of that, our 2 imports. But in saying that, we got Luke Travers, Todd Blanchfield, Mitch Norton, and then we got a number of younger guys really developing nicely. Brady Manick, it certainly wasn't his TikTok pages that attracted me, but what I can say is his ability to shoot the ball is what he's going to be known for.
My ultimate goal in basketball is to make as much money as possible. That's just me being honest, and I've been given a lot of nicknames over my course of college. I think it's been because of my extreme looks, and for me, I like the attention. The Brady Bird scenario, it's really cool to be put in something with somebody so good at basketball.
Yeah, look, they need to make playoffs. I mean, that's what has been the trademark of the Perth Wildcats for over 30 years.
You know, nothing's changed. The goal for the Wildcats is always a championship. I think the goal for any team right now is a championship.
A successful season in my book is being the last team standing. I feel like every team feels that way. If you're not playing to be the last team standing, I don't know why you're out there.
The win for the Sydney Kings was huge.
All hail the Kings! Sydney, the NBL 22 champions.
The rest of Australia hated it. There was no doubt. And whilst Tassie made the final, the only people barracking for Sydney were Kings fans, because everyone else was like, oh, please let this be an upset.
Obviously, we try to put basketball back on the map here in New South Wales. We broke the record. I think we had 16 a bit thousand. It was just unreal.
2022 Hungry Jacks NBL champions, the Sydney Kings.
What,
9 teams go home disappointed, and that one team just feels so special after everything they've accomplished pretty much. And it was just good to be on the winning side of that for once in my life, so it was cool.
Becoming an NBL champion, it's a dream come true. For us, it's about going back to back and get limited chances to win one and limited chances to try and defend a title.
Johnson, you good to go? Jackson, you ready yet? Let's have a great practice today. Together on 3, 1, 2, 3, together. 3-man weave, 3 passes, 3-man weave, 3 passes, 5-man weave down. I'll call it out, coming back.
Here we go, good closeouts, hit it. Good, Breesy's got him,
Shoes on the rooftop, baby.
Yeah, I think this is the hardest preseason I've ever had. We're doing a lot of running, a lot of conditioning.
You good, be fun.
It has been brutal.
Just getting our bodies right. I know Chase wants us to play really fast on the offensive end, so I think we're just going to be a bunch of dogs again on defense. With that, we have to be fit, so there's a lot of running.
Half court back, full court back, go!
We've always got to challenge ourselves to work harder. The target's going to be on our back this year. We've got to do everything we did plus more. That's the message we're getting from our coaching staff.
Good. Next group, safety. Let's go.
In NBL news now, reigning league MVP Jalen Adams bids farewell to the Sydney Kings, enticed by the riches of the EuroLeague.
It's a huge loss to lose your club MVP and the reigning MVP for the league after you've won a championship.
He knew we wanted to keep him. We made that clear, and we were prepared to go as far as we could go. We're daylight away from where he is.
Reports indicate overseas deals were some 5 to 6 times higher anything the Kings could offer.
You know, we had to deal with that problem a little bit in the finals. When Jalen went down with his hamstring injury, we had to, stick true to who we were, but also replace a bunch of scoring and playmaking that he provided for us. And I think it was by committee a little bit, but Xavier is a guy who comes to mind that we ask a lot of in terms of creating for our team, himself, and for others.
I think he's an NBA quality player. He showed that last year. He was probably their most consistent player whilst Adams was the MVP of the league. I thought a lot of the hard work was done by Cooks.
My MVP favorite, Xavier Cooks, that's my guy. I'm rolling with him.
Usually the MVP award goes to the best team, and so my focus is just trying to be the best team and try and go back to back.
And we can go back to back. I don't want to talk about it too early. I want to take it day by day, but that's the overall goal moving forward.
Good, GX. Tough, it's all good. That one.
And we're just kind of approaching this as it's a new season and we've got a new group, and we'll have to come out and work and do everything we can to, climb the mountain again. The way you guys came out and got after each other, it's been building, it's great. Keep it up.
Good morning, everyone. We'll get started. Brisbane Bullets. Couldn't be more excited to have Aaron Baines as a Bullet for the next couple of seasons.
It's the big league, I had big dreams. Up games, I had to work or had to pull strings. Like Cool Breeze, I had to shoot them out that 2-3. It's on me, your best friend can be your worst friend. A friend of me, this the big league, I had.
With Baines's signing, obviously, I've got a relationship with him now over the years with the Boomers. And I was just trying to help that process as much as I could to try and get him on board.
Sammy Mack calls me, he's like, we could have Aaron. I was like, what? I was like, get the out of here. Like, all right, well, this should be interesting.
He went to the Summer League and didn't do any one-on-one. I just wanted to see him get bashed a bit. It wasn't going to me, so I volunteered Greg Vanderjack to do that. And once he threw a few elbows at Vandy, I was like, yep, he's in.
When you sign a guy like Aaron Baines, it does nothing but command respect, and it also lets people know, well, we actually mean business.
I talk to a few people now and they say, oh, Bullets used to be great and it used to be a fun thing to go to. And I want to get it to that point that it is fun and it is great to go to, and
the players are well respected within the community, and not only because they compete on the floor, but what they do within the community.
I think it's been good the way he's come in and been almost over-vocal, because it just shows he cares and really wants to be here and be a part of something.
When you have Aaron say something, and like, he can be combative, but that's good. Like, we need that.
That's my key to a good culture, is good communication, I think, from day one. And with communication comes accountability. And with accountability, that's when you can hold everyone to a certain standard.
He's going to have your back no matter what the situation is. When you go to play games, you're going to stand taller with him behind you for sure.
I didn't realise how much I would want to impact basketball here in Brisbane. It's about doing the right things from day one of training camp to try and change that perspective that people have from the outside. And it's all about changing ourselves first. If we can't look in the mirror and say we've done everything we can that day, then why look at anyone else before that? I want the Bullets to be successful in Brisbane long term. And then, I also want to get back to the NBA as well. Our aim is there. We want to win the championship. What can we do to reach our goals?
Ultimately, success for this year and the aim for the group would be to ultimately win a championship.
I think that's the shiny object in the room. Don't talk about this thing here if you're not willing to dive into these 4 or 5 things. And be committed and be consistent, like, we'll get here.
We're going to be in the red or not? Quick, we haven't got one. Let's do it. All right, here we go.
You always want to win a championship. I think lots of things need to go right for that to happen, but all things being equal, the talent of our roster and who we can have, I'd fancy ourselves in a final series, but you've got to get there first.
The journey has now begun, but the road to glory is anything but paved. For the Wildcats, it's all or nothing. Win or be plunged further into crisis with that passionate Red Army, demanding immediate retribution. The 36ers want to earn back respect, but it could come at a cost. The Kings hope their reign becomes a dynasty, but Melbourne is looking to rebuild fast and snatch back the crown. The JackJumpers now know what it takes, and the Bullets are locked and loaded with NBA champ Aaron Baines ready to fire. It's all about to go down in the NBL over the next 6 months. Make no mistake, this season will be unrivaled.